Hey guys! So today I'm actually here to talk about a book and a movie adaptation. I actually just did an interview with the Review Mom Movies. I forgot what her site is called. Ah! Well, I will toss the link down below so you guys can check out her channel. It's a newer channel, so definitely subscribe if you guys want to know about or not books, but movies. She's actually doing one for right now for Into the Spider-Verse, which we're watching next week, hopefully. That looks really cool. So this one is about Mortal Engines, and I actually just did a review with her. It was a very short review, so I decided that, you know, if I really want to start doing these book movie adaptation things, then why not start now? So I'm going to start now. So, of course, you guys know I do no nonsense reviews. I either liked it or I don't, or, somewhere in the middle. Currently, I am finishing up Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas for the book club tomorrow. So this is not going to be very long. So, Mortal Engines, I actually DNF'd this book today. I did not get that far into it, but from what I read, it differed from the movie bits and pieces. Like in this, it really makes Tim, is it his name Tim or Tom? I don't even remember now. Tom. I was calling him Tim. So Tom in this sounds really young. Like he sounds like he's more like my daughter's age, like in Darren, 14, 16. He doesn't seem like in the movie where, he looks like and seems like he's more, over the age of 18. Because, of course, he's not like in school anymore. He's got a job and stuff like that. So this made it really seem like this was more of a middle grade book versus a young adult book. So let's just shove this up here with Lucas. Okay, so actually maybe I should put that down here. We'll bring Lucas down too. Alright, so another thing that was different via this to the movie is Catherine also has this white wolf, and as of that, that's about all I got to. So I don't really know if there's any other changes. If you know of a change that was a significant change from the book to the movie, please let me know in the comments below. One thing that I was really wondering about the book to the movie was Shrike. Is Shrike in the book? Is that how she survived in the Outlands or the Wastelands, whatever it's called? How did they perceive him in the book if he's in there? Because in the movie, it just really kind of felt like you have this like Mad Max, kind of Fast and the Furious combined thing going on with the steampunk fantasy, and then they just toss in this one character that's Shrike, that is like a resurrected person that was just really weird, and he was all like robot-y, that really just seemed like the Terminator just decided to pop into this movie for some unknown reason. So it was really weird. Alright, so for me, I really liked how the movie looked. It has all the grunge and the darker like browns and tans, and then you have like these pops of color. And then the steampunk feel was really great as well. I really like the part where in the beginning of it, and they're in the museum, and London is running down this other small cluster of towns, and things are vibrating all over the place in the museum. And in the book, that was another change they did. In the book, it had them going past Minnie and Mickey from Disney World, and in this, they had the Minions. They had Minions that were rocking side to side. So I thought that was kind of funny. I do wish that this would have had a little bit more humor in it than what it did. I saw somebody else's review online that said that like every 45 minutes there was some, off the wall joke or something. And I don't really remember anything. There wasn't really a lot of humor in this one. It was a pretty serious movie for the most part. Let's see. I really do wonder how this world came about, because you don't really get any backstory in this movie other than knowing that years ago there was a 60-minute war where basically we decimated the earth and all of us within 60 minutes with some bomb and or weaponry device or something. So even that was past where we are now. We were like before that. This was, I think, the 2nd century is when they said the 60-minute war happened. I don't remember. But it's just kind of glossed over where you know that the 60-minute war happened, it decimated everything, boom, okay, let's get on with the story. So it really, really felt like we really didn't have any grasp on how these towns came about and stuff. I really wish they would have done something like they did in Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, where you have like that full couple of minutes of them showing you and telling you exactly what had happened to this world and why this world is the way that it is. I think that it would have tied the movie together a lot better than what it did, just for the fact that we don't really know what happened before all this. I don't think they did that very well. Let's see. I have a list of notes over here, so I was going through those. Let's see. So yeah, so it would have been really nice to learn the past leading up to this post-cataclysmic world that we're set in. I do also think that, before I forget, that the town of London really gave me the feel of like the Hunger Games, of the capital in the Hunger Games, but without all of the outlandish costumes and all the outlandish makeup and body modifications and stuff that they had in there. Because in this, one of the number one themes that I think is kind of in it is that, you know, our world, we deal with a lot of people that it's all about looks. You know, everybody's doing makeup tutorials every 5 seconds. And in this, here you've got the heroine, Hester, who has this massive scar on her face, and nobody comments about it, like, at all. It doesn't matter. You know, so, you know, these people are more geared towards survival versus, oh, hey, you know, I want to dye my hair blue today. You know, which I think that that is kind of a wake-up call for our society, for the fact that we rely so much on the way that we look, and we really shouldn't. Let's see. The movie also touched a little bit on the refugee crisis that we're dealing with today as well. In one part of it where London picks up the smaller city, and of course this is the start of the movie, so it's how Hester gets on to the city of London, where you see all this in the trailers. The people that are on the smaller city that is being assimilated into London, they're not killed off, which I thought was actually really kind of nice. That London isn't, you know, a bad town. It just has a few bad people in the town, I guess you could say. Of course, you know, Valentine and stuff like that. But, which I thought it was really weird that his name is Valentine, because every time I think of a Valentine, I think of the Shadowhunter series, so it was just kind of weird. But, so in there, you know, they're not allowed to take any technology with them that belongs to London. They're only allowed to take their personal effects. They're not allowed to have any weapons. And then it comes over the loudspeaker stating that children might be separated from their parents temporarily. So I thought that was kind of weird, because it doesn't get explained why are they separating the children from their parents. It doesn't say anything on why. It's just kind of there out in the open. So it was kind of weird, but kind of like misplaced. Like if it wouldn't have been in there, nobody would have noticed. But since they physically stated that, it was kind of weird that they didn't tell us anything about it. And I really did like that they weren't just leaving these people there to die after they took, you know, basically after they sold their city. You know, they're assimilating them into their town. I do think, though, that more than likely these people are going to end up doing the jobs that nobody else wants to, because they have their own tiers. In the book, I think they had 3 tiers, and oh, that was another significant change, that in the book they had like tattoos on their foreheads for what tier they were, and in the movie I think they had like medals down the side, that because Tom had 3 medals, I think it was on this side, 3 medals on his jacket, and then stuff on this side as well. And then the other guy that in the book, he punched him for saying stuff about his parents, which never happened in the movie. You actually only see that kid twice in the movie. He's got like this big star on his jacket. So that was kind of like another significant change. Let's see. For tips and warnings, which I never really did those for movies and stuff, but I guess, you know, because you have like the rating system, which I still think books need. I do like, was it Clean Teen, or one of those. I don't remember what the publishing company is. Oh my god, that's horrible. Oh, it's it's been a long day already. It's already, oh god, it's already 2 o'clock. Let me see here. What's this place called? Of course, Clean Teen Publishing, Clean Tree, something like that. Clean Teen Publishing, so I was right. They have a rating system for their books, which is really nice. I wish that, I mean, we do it for games, we do it for movies, why not for books? I mean, having it set within, a age group is one thing, but it's still good to know exactly what's in it, especially, like you get to the fourth book of the Court of Thorns and Roses, and you have this like three-way in there or something that's going on. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know exactly what's happening, but it would have been nice to know that was in there before I start the book. But for this one, I mean, there's some blood, guts, and gore. There's a dude that gets his head blown off. The Anna, whatever her name, Anna Fang, gets some guy in the forehead with a knife that's in her shoe. It's very cinematic, the fights and stuff. But it's not like, lots of blood splatter like what you would technically see. It's not a horror movie or anything like that. So the blood and the guts and all like that is all more low key. I would say, I know that the other, I think her name is Trina from the other review stated that the guy that's like the Terminator dude, Shrike, that he would be kind of scary for kids. I think that more gears toward what your kids watch. I mean, my oldest and Darren, when she was like a month old, we went and watched the movie of King Arthur that was out at that time. She slept through the whole entire thing, and that movie was really loud, like really, really loud. So do your own judgment on this via, what your kids like, what they don't like. If they don't like really loud noises and stuff like that, it probably isn't the movie for them to go watch. Anna Reese really liked it. She didn't have any problems with it. She loved it. We watched it in 3D. She had a blast. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it really is a PG-13. It's got some violence. It's got some killings. They murder a whole bunch of people, but it's not shown in a way that I think it's going to be a lot of a problem. So, of course, one part that I really didn't like in the movie was Shrike, which, again, I think I might sit down and, I don't know, I might be able to just look it up to, like, differences between the movie and the book. But, like, seriously, was Shrike this, like, mechanical, brought back from the dead person? And it's like, when was this book written? I don't even know. This is from 2001. Well, this book isn't even that old. I mean, so it's like, did the people that create Terminator read this book, if it's, spot on for the description for Shrike, and then just like, hey, this character looks awesome, let's do something with it. Because the way that they made Shrike look in the movie, it was like Terminator. That's the first thing that popped into my head. My husband, who loves Terminator and has watched all of those, was like, this, where did Arnold Schwarzenegger come from or something? Because it was really weird. It was really weird. Let's see. I will say that the movie really didn't get me emotionally at all. It was good. It was an action movie. I do see myself that once it comes out, our Black Friday buy thing for movies, because we don't buy movies during the year. We wait till Black Friday because they're like way cheaper. That it will definitely be on the list of stuff to buy. I can see that we watch this maybe, once every few years or something. Or if we're looking for something that's an action movie, that's also kind of like a dystopian, not really fantasy or sci-fi, but, technology-based movie, that this would probably be the one that we would watch. Let's see. I do think that they did very well on the acting and the characters, because, of course, the book made them sound more like they were in Darren's age or younger versus, older. I think they did a really good job with it. I just think that a lot of it they kind of sped up and didn't let the story unfold as well as what it should have. Um, Especially, that backstory. We really didn't get any kind of in-depth world building type thing, which is something that is so imperative, especially for books, because if you just take us in this world and then you don't tell us anything about the world, we're not going to really care about their situation. I have to care about the characters and, the story, what's going on and stuff. So I think that would have been a lot better if they might have shifted things. Start out with Hester and her mom, and then everything that happens with them, and tell us about the world and everything that happened. There is one twist towards the end of the movie that I kind of not really guessed, but I just kind of assumed that was the way the movie was going to go. So that was kind of weird. And then the ending just kind of drops off. This happens, that happens. Okay, the end. And I was waiting for like an after scene, like, okay, hey, give us like, 6 months later, 3 months later, a week later, tomorrow. I don't care, but something past that, because it kind of reminded me of the ending of the Golden Compass, where the girl gets saved. Don't remember what her name is. It's been forever since I watched that. But the girl gets saved in the end of that movie because it was supposed to be a part one, and she gets onto the boat with the witches or whatever, and boom, that's the end. Okay, nothing. We got nothing. I got butt kiss. So it was kind of like a more of an open ending, which I don't like those. I kind of want everything summed up. There was another movie that we watched, and I don't remember which one it was, but it had, like a year later on it, and then let us know everything that was going on, which was really nice. Don't need any of that stuff. I did not finish this book at all. I don't see me finishing it whatsoever. Alright, let's see. I don't think I need any of this stuff in here, so we can actually delete all my notes. Those notes are gone. So yeah, I mean, in all, I think I'll give this one a 4-star. For the movie. The book is a 1. It's dead in the water. I've actually seen a couple other people review it or post their reviews, and it's just kind of meh. So yeah, just wasn't for me. You guys know I like the. If a book is YA, it should be YA. It shouldn't be, oh hey, the characters are YA, but they think like middle graders. I just no, that don't fly. So that's pretty much about this book movie adaptation. The next one I will probably be doing will be 5 Feet Apart. I don't think there's another book movie out until then. I'll have to look. So that is it, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.